Hello everyone and welcome back in a new episode of our Minecraft series. So, in the last episode, if you didn't remember, we went out and got our hands on some doggies. Here they are. And I've gathered some suggestions, both here on YouTube as well as on Instagram, although on Instagram I didn't get any. So, according to what already declared, to what I have already said, so here on YouTube I got two suggestions from two very kind people, kinda short watchers, which propose to call them, so we have 4 colors, and using obviously the color coding, call them lettuce, blueberry, tomato, and pineapple. Although, rather than calling the green one lettuce, I was thinking more on calling it little cabbage. This is just a reference to, I believe, some web novel I've read, in which they use that name, like a lovely name. So it's just fair that I mention those two kind souls which participated, which are Bjastkuliar, I believe, Bjastkuliar, and the other one, oh goodness gracious me, it's a user and then a bunch of random numbers. I'm sorry, but it would be meaningless to read them aloud. Thank you for providing some suggestions, and I will go ahead and follow yours. So we will have little cabbage. Since we have a little cabbage, so I'd say that we could add some adjectives to the other doggies. I would say spicy tomato, and then happy pineapple, and wise blueberry. Okay, so we have here wise blueberry, and then spicy tomato, the little cabbage, and happy pineapple. Thank you for having given me these suggestions. I'm very happy with them. So, in today's episode, we are going to work on something that has been on my mind for quite a while, and I haven't quite got onto it, which is flower farms. I want to make some flower farms because I tend to use quite a lot of flowers throughout my projects for decoration, for getting dyes. And the issue with flowers is that they are usually biome specific, apart from the general poppies and dandelions. You see here, I've got myself a couple. But the others are pretty much specific to certain biomes. For example, well, not the cherub, the pink petals, but because we can replicate these as well as the two tall flowers. But the other ones, for example, blue orchid is typical of swamps. The allium, the tulips are typical of flower forests or meadow. Well, allium is typical to meadows. The oxidases are typical to plains. So we will have to just go around, gather up some materials, and then go around, find these biomes, and plop down a little contraption for farming flowers. So allow me to just get ready, craft some materials, and then we can be on our way to our first flower biome. Okay, it's a new day, and we can start by heading out of our balcony with our elytra. Ooh, well, I don't have the fireworks. And we should have, in that way, we found it last episode, there should be a flower forest. as well as some sort of meadow. I'll get back to you once I get over there. The meadows! In reality, they were much closer than I had expected. You can see that there are plenty of oxidases here. This should be a meadow, right? Yes. And so for celebrating, well, I believe this tree, this particular tree, is in the thumbnail of episode 3? No. Our first exploration session. How little the world is. But I want to use this, and I don't remember if we already did this. No! Sound of music playing other side in a meadow biome. Okay, we can enjoy our little disc. Albeit we just ended it there. And while the music plays, I can go ahead and build our little flower farm. Heaven forbid that I leave you without any sort of commentary while time-lapse is running. Well, I don't like it very much. I don't find it quite entertaining as with me talking underneath. And also 2 minutes or so of just building with just the music and as a background. It's not my style. It's not my cup of tea. So I chose to just give you the illusion of the time-lapse and then shatter your dreams of quiet music instrumental time-lapse with my ugly voice breaking your peace of mind. No, okay, I'm just joking. I don't want you to get all riled up. I just want to take advantage of this little empty spot. I'm not going to describe the building process because we will be covering it after our time-lapse. Instead, what I want to do is to apologize for my voice, because as I had recorded, now it's in the future, but as I had recorded the video, I was a little bit sick. I had a little bit of a cold, and you can hear it very well within my voice. So with this new microphone is really a pain in the backside. With the old one, it didn't strike as much. With this one instead it does. So I beg your forgiveness for my ugly voice. Well, my blabbering aside, let's get back to the video for reviewing what I've done and explaining to you how the farm works. Okay, so we have just to load in the bone meal in the dispenser in here, and we should be good to go. Let's see if our work has paid off. You can see that I've carved out this little abode underneath the farm itself. This way we have just a little safe spot where to rest. So, fire in the hole! Yes, look at that. Flowers! We have now a daisy farm. Let's see, this produces only daisy and dandelions. So what we'll have to do is to replicate this very simple design to another location. You see that I've left also the redstone lines exposed because we are not going to come here often for farming flowers. So I felt that I could just leave it like this. Okay, so concerning the functionality, it's stupidly simple, the mechanism. Down here we have our core mechanism, our little clock. I went for this very old school repeater clock because the observers are way too fast. for the rest of the mechanism to keep up with. So instead, we use that little clock which turns on the dispenser loaded with bone meal, and also switches the power between these two lines. This one is inverted, this one is not, and basically triggers the whole platform here of grass to shift. Also, the measure of the width and depth of the platform, well, mostly the width, not casual. It's 12 blocks, maximum amount of blocks a piston can push, because the bone meal acts on a 15 by 15 area, so at least in Java edition. And so I wanted to capture the most of it when using a piece of bone meal. Okay, so I'll just have off camera to roam around and build some other of these contraptions. We can pack our bags and get back home, because this is done. Okay, so one last thing before parting. As I said before, I want to build, or at least, I want to start planning our future banquet hall. It's going to be something majestic, something very big. And I was wondering whether to do it underground or overground. Because, so, on the surface, we could use some of the space here, let's say in between the mob farm and the current portal garden. A big room like this, this outline here, could be interesting. The alternative that I came up with is to do it half and half, because here we have the mountain which drops down, and underneath here we have that half cave, which is this one here, and we could do it underneath here instead, because we would already have the empty space. We would just have to, well, decorate it. And I'm currently pending most towards this idea rather than doing it something on the surface, because I don't, well, making such a big roof and making such a big roof beautiful, it's going to be a major pain in the backside. Instead, this way we can spare ourselves part at least of the ceiling and of the roofing to be done, and instead concentrate ourselves on the actual designing, interior designing. Let me know what you think, because yeah, we have reached the end of our episode. Let's make that back to the signboard for concluding today's episode. Okay, so I have been recording more than enough. In today's episode, well, we actually managed on to building the actual flower farm, at least the first one. Off camera, I'll have to work on to building the other ones that I've mentioned. For example, one in the farm, one in the swamp, one in the plains biome, one in the flower forest, definitely, because obviously flowers do spawn in various different biomes. So, in the next episode, we are going to start building the armory. I think I will be concentrating mostly on that. Either that, or we could also, as I said many times before, go for the corals. I'm not yet decided. We will be declaring it, finalizing it in the next episode. And as midday approaches, we are concluding today's episode. I thank you for having followed me until this moment. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode, and subscribe if you wish to see more like them, or if you wish to just stay informed on what new I publish, also in Italian. Well then, I thank you once more, and I will be waiting for you, as per my usual, in the next episode. Bye-bye!